This Adidas campaign was made completely using AI. This isn't even a real person. This isn't even a real photo. I mean, it's not really for Adidas. I'm using them as an example to show you how you can do this for your own brand. Sometimes product shots get boring and you want to do a little bit of storytelling. So let me show you how I did this. I found this reference image on Pinterest. For some reason, it made me think streetwear. It made me think athletic. And maybe it's because I love the dichotomy of things. High, low, urban luxury. I love a little bit of like disrespect in what society has deemed as acceptable. So I jumped into Midjourney and started trying to craft this girl. Here's one attempt. Here's another. Here's another. This just goes to show you it takes a lot of time and generation when you're creating stuff for just brands. They're not generate, press a button. That's why I call it AI image design, and this is essentially art. I finally landed on a girl that I was happy with. But I wanted to design this image a bit more and I wanted more control. So I'm going to take this image into Photoshop. She is a bit more closely. As you can see there on the bottom, Midjourney and AI, it does terrible when it comes to text and letters. Just can't understand spelling that well. But that's fine because we can fix that in Photoshop. So I upload the image. I like using the website version of Photoshop, mainly because I find it a little bit cleaner and easier to use. I'm not a Photoshop expert by any sense of the imagination. I'm actually teaching myself Photoshop while I learn and teach myself AI image design. So it has been a journey, but I'm loving it. So utilizing the generative fill features, I expand her background. For this version, I went with a studio background, studio setting. Essentially, all you're going to do is crop the image and then extend it in the directions that you want the image to go. I like to also follow the rule of thirds to make sure that we're getting the subject of the image in the most interesting portion of the shot. And then you get 3 options every generation. You see there at the bottom. That's how I ended up with this. But because we are greedy and we're always looking to see more options, you can utilize generative fill to create something like this, or like this, or like this, as you can see here. Now, she has a bit of like glow around her. That's mainly the AI interpreting the cutout around her hair as a shadow or maybe like a bit of a dreamy like effect. If you don't want that, just cut very close to the subject. Here's another tip. AI also doesn't do very well at straight lines. Anything that includes straight lines or repeating patterns can be a bit wonky. Chain link fence started out absolutely insane, but I got it to a place I felt okay with, and I feel like it doesn't need to be perfect because I'm from Brooklyn, New York City, and I've seen chain link fences my entire life, and a lot of times they are this wonky in real life. Okay, so now remember what I said about the spelling here? What we're going to do is just simply remove that with one click. Boom, it's gone. Add in a transparent file of the logo or whatever word or text that you want to include. You can also type this out. But since this is a logo, I already knew where to get it. I'm going to remove the background. I'm going to end up with something like this. And you just play around with the different tools that they have there. Make the lighting match up, give it a little bit of blur, give it a little bit of film grain, just so it continues to look real. Now we can stop here. Now you can just utilize this photo as is and use it for your hero images, your website, your emails, social media, marketing assets, wherever you want to utilize it. Or you could be a bit more greedy like I am and see what else now we can get AI to do now that we have designed an image that's going to be our base image. So I jump back into Midjourney, utilizing the image we designed, as well as uploading the logo. I figured, what the hell, let's see if we can get the text a little bit better. Let's see what other versions of this image Midjourney can imagine for us. So this is our first attempt. Here she is, not bad. I actually really like this image. There's another image. I love this because they really leaned into like the film noir aspect of her. Here the logo is so unexpected. It doesn't have a big tie to the overall storytelling of that brand. So unless this is a part of a larger campaign, this one probably wouldn't work so well. But I do love the image. Here's a close-up here. And keep in mind, this is still all AI, right? This is nuts. I thought this one was really interesting, the composition of her. This is the image here. Now we have some color going on. I would edit out that jewelry around her nose, and her neck looks a little wide, but it's an interesting photo. These next 2 results, these women look very delicate, but I love how it made here the logo a necklace. Here you can't see the logo as well, but her face is really soft and pretty. This was a bit more edgy. A really cool shot. I do like this one. Finally, we landed on my favorite. Felt like she had all the characteristics of the original girl that I had created. The logo looks great, even though it's still not spelled right, but we know we can fix that. It brought in some of the Adidas logo on the shirt as well. I just think it's dope. So I took this back into Photoshop, expanded the image so I could utilize it as a hero image for the website. And here we go. Now, if you made it this far in this tutorial, you're a real one. Either you want to learn how to do this yourself, which you can. I have a tutorial in my bio just to get you started. So one-on-one on how to even create photorealistic images. I'll be dropping one for actually creating like product images this summer. But I also take on clients for this type of work as well. So if you want my support, you know where to find me. Everything's in my bio. Guys, I'm just so obsessed. We're like marketing in the future. Follow for more.